watching Fox 17 Morning News for Thursday, October 27th, 2011.
Companies across the country are concerned by the increasing difficulty of finding qualified workers.
Yeah, this has gotten to the point where some economists believe this gap in skills sets is nearly reaching a crisis level. So joining us this morning with more on the skills and traits employers are looking for is workplace expert and author Alexandra. Thanks for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, let's first start with how big of a gap are we talking about here when it comes to the skill sets?
Well, it's a pretty big gap. The Job Preparedness Indicator is a new national survey that was conducted on behalf of the Career Advisory Board, of which I'm a member. It's established by DeVry University. And what we're really looking at is some astounding statistics. For example, 14% of hiring managers at top companies believe that all of the candidates out there, or most of them, have the necessary skills to fill open positions. So despite the fact that everyone believes this market is so poor, there are tons of positions out there that are going unfilled due to a lack of qualified candidates.
So what are some of the skills that employers say, okay, we need this before we'll hire you?
Well, the strategic indicator, first of all, determined that the top skills that were necessary are global outlook, strategic perspective, integrity, accountability, dependability, and some of these are traits as well as skills, and of course they vary by level as well.
So, you know, here's the thing. People want to find jobs, and then the people tell them, hey, you're not qualified. How do they get these skills if they can't get in the door?
Well, this is a great question, and there are actually several things that job seekers can do to enhance their skill set. First of all, they can join industry associations and network at those industry associations. They can read global publications like The Economist. They can take continuing education classes in core skill areas like leadership and communication. They can do volunteer work. They can take an internship or do a stretch assignment. And most importantly, job seekers should be looking at the skills required at the next level. So as they progress in their careers, they get used to presenting both in an interview and on their resume the most appropriate way to make sure that hiring managers recognize that they have those skills.
So what about somebody sitting at home saying, you know, I have global perspective, I have, you know, leadership and self-starter skills already, and they're just frustrated because they've probably gone to an interview for a company and they've said, no, you don't have enough experience. I mean, any advice to these people? Because I'm sure there are a lot of frustrated people at home who have these skills already and didn't get the job.
Sure, Sarah. I mean, that is something that unfortunately a lot of job seekers are facing. And I think what you need to make sure you do is, first of all, create a skills-based resume. Take a look at the Job Preparedness Indicator and assess what are the skills that you have versus what is being ranked as having the highest gap. And make sure that you're creating a resume around those skills. So, for example, actually put in your resume strategic perspective and list examples, quantifiable examples, with concrete results of how you have illustrated that skill in jobs over time. That will make hiring managers sit up and take notice and realize that you possibly do have the skill, even if perhaps you're changing industries.
Alexandra, very quickly, we're running out of time, but I wanted to ask you, how important is the resume as opposed to maybe a one-on-one interview face-to-face?
I think they're both very important. The resume gets you in the door, obviously, but the one-on-one interview clinches the deal. If you're not able to communicate your value proposition effectively in an interview, then it doesn't matter how great your resume is, you're not going to stand out in the end.
All right. Alexandra, thank you so much for being with us from Chicago this morning. We appreciate it.